Hello and welcome back to part 2 of how to make your own homemade tomato sauce from garden fresh tomatoes and freeze it. In part 1 I showed you how to prep the tomatoes. We cut off the stems and then blended in the food processor. After that I went ahead and brought the tomatoes to a boil and skimmed off the foam that does come off the top of the tomatoes. So after you bring it to a boil, you're going to skim off that foam and you're going to be left with this beautiful sauce. When you go ahead and simmer it for 2 to 3 hours on a low heat, it will thicken and reduce. So this is what we're left with. It's a beautiful thick tomato sauce, and it does still have the peel and seeds in it, which I think when you go ahead and cook it down with all of that deliciousness, it's going to even make it more flavorful. So you can actually just stop at this point and go ahead and put it into your freezer bags, but I do like a little bit smoother sauce. So we're going to go ahead and strain the seeds and skins out of the tomatoes now. So here's our mesh sieve. I've already started. And we're just going to go ahead and fill our strainer with the delicious thick sauce. And then the way I do it is I just start pushing the sauce through the strainer with my ladle. It is a little bit time consuming, but honestly after trying it several different ways, you know, blanching and taking the skins off, taking a spoon and, you know, trying to get the meat out of the tomato, out of the skin. So anyway, this is the easiest way that I have come up with, and anything that's going to be good is going to take a little bit of effort, and this will be worth the little bit of time and energy it does take to make this delicious sauce, which you can enjoy throughout the year. So as you can see, I'm just pushing it through. Really easy. So then you're left with the seeds and peels. So you're going to take that out, discard, and now you're left with this beautiful, smooth, thick tomato sauce. And I recommend not putting any other ingredients in at this point. I've tried it with putting a little bit of garlic in, a little onion, and what I have found happens the longer that it's sitting in your freezer, you're going to come out more with a onion or garlic flavor instead of the delicious tomato base. So what I suggest is when you do go to use it for whatever recipe, then you go ahead and add your other ingredients. And it works better that way, I have found out. So now we're left with this beautiful sauce, and what we're going to do is freeze it now. And the easiest way that I found to freeze it, and the least expensive, is just to go with your regular freezer bags. I have used Tupperware before. It works great. It just takes up a little more space in your freezer, and of course it is more costly. So we're just going to go ahead, and what I have found, if you think about a can of tomato sauce, it's 14.5 ounces. We're going to just go ahead and go with 2 cups is how I like to freeze my tomato sauce, which ends up to be, actually I think it's 16 ounces in 2 cups, which is close to your can of tomato sauce. So I think I've found that actually 6 ladles, I think that's how much it took, adds up to about 2 cups. So if you want to skip the middleman of using your measuring cup, you can just ladle it right into your bag. So we're just going to take our tomato sauce, pour it in. Always make sure to leave, of course, you know, if you want to have bigger serving sizes, you can fill your bag more, but always make sure to leave some space for air when it does expand as it freezes. Then what I like to do to make it a little bit cleaner and more organized in my freezer is I just fold it in half, make sure all the air is out, and Ziploc it. that's it. And now I'll show you some I've already frozen, and this is how it looks in my freezer. I have my tray with my tomato sauce. One thing I do have to recommend is when you want to use it, go ahead and take it out of your freezer. It only takes a little while to defrost, but I just either put it in my refrigerator or on my counter, and it defrosts quite quickly. But don't ever put it in your microwave because, I don't know, the hot plastic, and it's just not a good idea. So don't put your freezer bags in your microwave. You could also probably put the bag in some warm water, and that will also defrost it a little bit quicker. So here is our finished serving sizes of homemade tomato sauce from Garden Fresh tomatoes. Frozen that you can use, I've heard anywhere from 6 months to a year. So, you know, just use your own good judgment. So hopefully you enjoy this and try it on your own, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing how it worked. Have a great day.